Dallas, Texas a few weeks ago, and I worked an event with another celebrity chef, and he was sharing with me about how did he charge, and how did he get paid for his event. I was working there, and I was in awe of how we had less than a few people in the room, and the money that they make, um, and versus and the time they don't put in like we put in. I'm not saying that they don't put in time, but we put in a little more time.
Right.
And if we've told somebody, hey, yeah, to come to our event is $1,500, $2,000, they would call us crazy. And some of those same people will walk in those other rooms and they said, hey, it's $1,500. They will sell everything. They'll sell their cars just to make sure that they support those issues. And I think one of the issues that we have is being Black, African America, what you want to
Mhm.
call us. you know it's a little harder for us to even to progress in our gift.
Things that you are going through. Every man needs that. You know,
Yes.
everything is threefold. Everything. So the mental, physical, and then relational. And by the time we um, have those things in the right kind of consistency, I think we're on our way to wellness. I don't think I want to point to one particular thing that equals wellness. I think it's a continuous thing. I was
Yes.
telling my wife the other day that it is not a destination, it's a journey. It's something that we continue to improve
Yes.
on. And like you and I are attempting to do tonight, we have to forge, we have to foster. Now, if you forge or foster anything, that's to take something and put it in a state. You've got to make it in a state to forge. Steel is one of the most dependable materials that we use, but it has to be forged,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's not a natural element in the earth. It has to be manufactured. And
That's
we
right.
have to forge and foster communities amongst men where it's safe to focus on wellness. And I think we need to have that conversation over and over again. Because let's be honest, as well intended as they may have been, the men in the generation before us did not encourage that.
That's
And
right.
if you be honest, they discouraged it. You are not supposed to complain as a man. You are not supposed to say
Right.
something was too much for you as a man. But then what did they do? They blew up and they exploded all the time because they had um, so much on their
Yeah.
plate and didn't know how to communicate about it. So my goal um, tonight and from henceforward is to talk with brothers like you and open up that community of openness, of freeness, of communication about wellness. And so I thank you for being with us
That's good.
tonight, my brother. And we want to continue this work. I know that you're busy,
Yes.
and the night is fleeting from us. But I thank you for taking the time. I really do thank you for taking the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we're going to do this again and again. If there's anything else on your heart that you want to share with the people about wellness and how it's significant to you, you're welcome to do that. Uh,
I gotta say this. I just want to say I thank you for the knowledge and the wisdom that you brought out for sure. Because and you said that the older people didn't teach us or wouldn't because we was told they was told to be quiet about certain things. and then they will turn into another issue that we probably continue next time. Is they turn to drugs. Drugs was the outlet.
Yeah.
They got on drugs, and I lived that life. And I've seen it. I've seen it around my stepfather and those things that happen in the household that they would have issues. They would never talk about it. They would just go to drugs, and that's an issue
Yeah.
that we need to tap into at some point. So yeah, I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
having that conversation.
Oh yeah. James Brown started some of that conversation years ago, Carlos. He said he
Yes,
was telling the
yes,
boys in the band, he said, "Man, I was talking to a cat the other night, and he said, you know what people are into? He said they into escapism. And boy, we're seeing a lot of that today. People are able to create their own realities and so forth and so on. But like you said,
yeah,
we'll talk about that next time and
yeah. That's
continue
true.
this conversation that I think is so crucial
And
about
they make it
love.
right.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they're convinced in their minds that it's right to go that route, and they started using it as this is healthy for us and this is good for us. This going and it's like no, it's not. It's affecting you. It's affecting your mental health, and so yeah, we'll talk about that. That's certainly good. I'd love to have that conversation.
Sure. Sure. So yeah, it's been real. It's been good having this conversation, my brother. And we'll talk to you soon, all right? And give
Perfect.
our
Thank you,
love to
guys.
the family.